What's up, you guys? Welcome back, and welcome if you're new. In today's video, we're going to be making the Tacoma quiet. Not literally, but we're going to be installing some sound deadening material. I'll go ahead and show you exactly what brand I ended up going with. If you guys are interested in doing this in your vehicle, I'm going to go ahead and show you what tools you need and just exactly how to do it. This is going to be a long process. It is easy. That being said, I'm going to go ahead and make this a two-part video. So today, you guys are going to see part one of the install, just the doors and the door panels. For part two, that's when it gets interesting. So stay tuned Wednesday's upload, because on that one we're gonna go ahead and remove the seats, we're gonna remove the carpet, we're gonna remove a lot of things, and it's gonna be awesome. So this is gonna help out a lot. You'll see why, and I'll explain it to you in the next clip. We are going to be using Amazon's best seller sound deadener, which is from Noico Solutions. This one here is just going to be an extra if you do purchase. So this one's going to be the thermal insulation. I do have two boxes of this. It is the 170 36 square foot. So this is just going to help insulate the vehicle. Summertime, if you run your AC, it's just going to keep the car a lot cooler. Or in the wintertime, when you have your heater on, it will keep the car a lot warmer. This is just an added bonus. What this is just Noico Solutions roller. This just helps lay the material down nice and smooth. You'll see that in a minute when we get into the install. The next thing, of course, the main thing, which is the sound deadening material. We're going to be using the Noico Solutions 80 mil 36 square foot. I do have two boxes of these. So as far as tools, if you're only doing your door panels, say you're going to upgrade your speakers, so this is also going to help out in keeping the sound in. A screwdriver, a Phillips, and a flathead. Panel removal tool. Need a razor blade, alcohol, microfiber towel, good pair of gloves, because the sound deadening material is pretty sharp on the edges and you do not want to get cut. It does cut like a razor blade. Some type of Sharpie, extra cardboard that you can scrap out. You want it for a clean install, you're going to need to get a tape measure. So we're going to go ahead and start with the front driver side panel. First thing we're going to want to do is take off the window switches. What you're going to do is you're going to get a plastic removal tool. Get back here. Just be careful because this is plastic. You're just going to pry on this a little bit. Once you have it like around this position, pull up on the back, it'll release the back clips. And in this part, there's two other clips here. You just kind of want to go forward and up with this slightly, and it'll release the front clips. Now we have some wiring harness. Don't just yank on this once it's unclipped. This clip is in the back, if you can see there. Just press here on this piece that moves. Press down far enough, it'll pop right out. On this one is going to be the one that you're going to have more trouble with because it is a lot more wires. If you can, this is the tab that you're going to push down on and pull. Doesn't want to come out for me, so what you're going to do is, where it hooks onto is this little spot right here. The camera might not pick it up, but there is like a little hook grabbing it. So what you're going to do is gently press that down with a flathead screwdriver and push it out. You see, once it pushes out around that much, you should be able to get your hand in there and pull it out the rest of the way. As you can see, that hooks onto it, so that is why you're going to want to push straight out. So a couple of hidden screws that you are going to find on this truck. There's a little piece of carpet there. Under there, there's going to be a Phillips head screw there. Next screw that you're going to want to uncover is going to be right here, right behind your door latch. Get a plastic pry tool. You want to get somewhat deep in there if you have a small pry tool like this, and just push out. Pull on your handle, get this little plastic piece out. It's held in by 4 tabs. You have another Phillips head. Guys, so now that we got the 2 screws out, we're gonna start getting to this cover right here. You're gonna want to take it off. It's real simple. Just get up behind it and it pops off. Get a screwdriver. See that it has a circle piece in the middle? Push it in and it'll fall right out. That's how you make sure none of these tabs ever get broken. Where we got the clip out, it's already kind of loose. I'm gonna start up here. Put my hand back here. Little yanks. There might be wiring back here that gets caught, so you do want to be careful. Get this off of the window seal. So what you're going to do is you're going to pull up slightly, and then once it's off of here, see here's the cable. This is running for your lock and your door handle. This, all it is pop off. So what you want to do is grab the plastic piece where the cables are hooking up to. Firm grip. Just give it a little yank. Wiggle it around if you have to, and it pops right out like so. This, it doesn't weigh much, so we can just leave it hanging there. It's not going to damage the cables. Now that I have this speaker connector here, pry-on is going to be this back one right here. As you can see, it is flexible, so just grab it, wiggle it out. We're going to get this one out also. This one has a clip on the
front side right here. It's gonna be this one right here, right in the middle. Just push it in, pull it out. And this clip right here, it is clipped onto the body. Try not to pull on this clip because they will break. The proper way to do this is you just grab it and you push out and it'll unclip right there. And that just makes everything a little bit safer if once we take all this off and we have to work in the back. Also, taking this bracket off, this is gonna be a Phillips head. And now that we have this bracket off, on this part I do recommend getting gloves, especially if it is a hotter day. We're gonna take this all off just to make it a little bit easier for us, and so that way you guys can see a little bit better. This glue is pretty sticky and it will get even stickier on a hotter day. I have it unstuck enough to where I can get this handle through. So you're gonna want to put it somewhere. Once you got all the plastic removed, you're gonna want to take off this cover. Get one of these pry tools, the ones that are a hook like this with the two sides, and there's a clip here and a clip here. In behind it till it gets out all the way.
And just be careful because those clips do break easy.
Our backside here exposed where all the sound deadening is gonna go. And one thing you do want to do before you start, we forgot to mention this, but do have your window up. This is where the alcohol and the microfiber towels come in. We're gonna clean all this off so that way the insulation can stick real well to this.
Before we get started with that though, we're gonna go ahead and remove the speaker because that's gonna be one main spot. You do want to sound deaden. As for me, like I stated, I'm going to be replacing these, so I need some sound deadening in the back just to keep the voice in.
We have this other cover piece here. It's the same as the bottom one, except this one is no clips actually. So this, you just pull it off, this down. Now we're going to remove the speaker. This is like the most important place that you want to sound deaden, just so that you get better sound out of your speakers.
Stay tuned for that install video.
So you could use a Phillips head. This one's kind of small for this, so I would say get a bigger one so you don't strip it. Or you can use a socket. For this truck, it is going to be a size 10.
There is going to be 4, so of course 2 on top and 2 on the bottom.
This just pulls right out.
Small ass speaker. Look at that. What the hell is that?
Yeah, maybe one day we should take off my speakers, my door speakers, and show them how big my magnets are.
I think so.
My magnets are pretty impressive.
Are you impressive?
No, I'm pretty basic.
Now that we showed you the exact process on how to remove this whole door panel, we are going to get to cleaning, and you are just going to need some alcohol and a microfiber towel. Before getting into the cleaning process, listen very carefully. I don't know how well the microphone is going to capture this, but so just listen to that sound. Just capture that sound, and later in the video when we finally lay down the material, I'm going to go ahead and knock on the door another time, and you're going to notice the drastic difference. Let's go ahead and get to the cleaning. So you just want to go ahead and put the alcohol on the microfiber towel. You want to go ahead and put enough. By doing so, you're just removing any dirt, debris, or any grime that's back there. I'm gonna go ahead and clean up everything where you're gonna be laying the material at. Now that I'm done with the cleaning job, get your tape measure, and we're gonna go ahead and measure out what we're gonna be cutting. Where the hell's all my tape?
It's right there at top.
So now that we've measured out inside where we're gonna lay the material, now I've cut out the cardboard. So the cardboard is basically gonna be your stencil for the material. That way you don't waste your material. So I've already measured it out. I threw it in there. It fits perfectly. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and lay this over the material. And basically what we're gonna be doing is getting our razor blade. You're gonna be able to tell right here, we do not have enough material, so I can always just grab another sheet, bring it a little closer to me. Basically now I have the same layout as the cardboard, so I know this material is gonna go ahead and fit now.
You do have a paper side that's trash and then the sticky side. What I personally like to do is I'll take off a little piece off of a corner like so, and I'll start putting it in, because if you take the whole thing off and you try to put it in, it's just gonna stick to everything. Once I have it like around where I want it, and you see the piece that I already like somewhat took off, working it in as I'm pulling the backing off. And you don't want to press down on this too hard. When you're really gonna press down on it is when we're gonna be using the rollers. As Jesse stated, one full sheet wasn't long enough to put it all in one sheet. This is a small enough piece where I feel comfortable just taking off the backing and laying it in.
So of course the material is a little bubbled up right now, but once we lay down with the roller, it's gonna go ahead and flatten out and be straight. And I'll go ahead and explain to you a little bit more on the little diamonds that you see here. Fill in this gap, and we'll go ahead and fill in this gap, and then I'll reach back with you guys once we're done with that. All right, so in this section here, I know earlier we had Steve do it by himself. We just wanted to show that it is possible to do it by yourself. But if you do have a helping hand, a friend or family member that wants to help you in this, down to help.
Maybe a dog.
Either way.
He's smart.
It does help to have someone. So right now he's just going to be holding it while I feed it through, and it just makes it a lot easier. So of course we're laying the second layer, which goes here. We've already pre-measured it, pre-cut it, so we're good to go. Now that we laid down all the material, as we stated, you know, you want to pre-cut everything. As you can tell, we also put some on the outside. It's very thin sheet metal, so you just want to get it on the creasings where you know when you put your panel back, the clips are still going to be able to lock in place. So I've only put it in certain spots. I'm going to go ahead and get your roller that I did recommend to get, that I said it was like 10 bucks. So you're going to notice, I'm going to go ahead and show you on the outside here. It's going to be for everything and on the whole install for this. Noico Solutions does make a different type of material. And what they did was, what I really like about this is you could tell there's diamonds on it. So that just means that you haven't technically laid it down. It's just stuck onto the card. So when you get your roller, you want to go ahead and slightly just roll it over. I'm going to go ahead and do the top. And you're going to notice they're going to start pushing in. You can tell, like I said, Noico Solutions does make it a little bit differently than all the other sound deadening. And what I really like about their material is it shows you just when you actually laid it flat. I'm going to go ahead and do this for the rest of it, and then we'll go from there. I want to show you the after effect of laying down some sound deadening. So if you remember the clip from earlier of the sound, now this is going to be the after. So as you can tell, the door is, of course, it doesn't flex like it used to. It's nice and solid. So this is going to help with your soundproof.
So now we're in the back seat. It is very similar to the front seat with just very minor differences. First thing we're going to do is take off the switch. Very similar to the front. This one you don't want to push it forward and up, which is why I got the pry tool and pulled it up. The back ones you only have one plug. In the front one you had two plugs, but in this one it's just one plug. Same thing. This cover back here again, and this cover is the same as the front. You just want to get your pry tool in there. Have the little carpet in here. Screws out. This is the part that's going to be a little bit different from the front. So as you remember, in the front by the mirror we had that one little cover. Here we have this cover here that we have to loosen up. So just like the front, we have the little push tab here. Taking that plug out didn't loosen this up. That's because this here, it is in two pieces, but all this is going to come out as one. It does have clips, so just work your way up this bottom piece, so that way there's not too much pressure on this clip here. Then once this is completely loose, now you can start doing it like the front, just working at it. I stated this is two pieces, but you want to take it all out as one piece. Back here for your plugs, the connector here, which is the speaker. And this one, you're going to want to take off this bulb here, so that way you can run your wires through here once we take off the plastic, just like that. Okay, here, just like the front, except this one has 3 screws. The speaker, this one, you might have noticed in the front, it did have the hole to put a Phillips head screwdriver in there. These don't, so these will be a size 10. We're gonna start getting to the plastic, same as the front.
so now that we've worked on the doors, now we're gonna go ahead and of course start with the rear seats, because I'm gonna be putting some more insulation and some more sound deadening on the back of the seats. The reason why is, well, one, to make the ride a little bit quieter, and as well because I'm gonna be putting a subwoofer in the back. Sneak peek into that. So stay tuned for that video. But yeah, so we're gonna be doing that for the rear. I'll go ahead and show you exactly how to remove this back seat. After we do so, then we're gonna go ahead and remove the whole carpet of the floor. We're gonna remove the both passenger and the driver's side seats and the center console, because we're also gonna be doing the whole floor of this Tacoma. So you guys will see in a minute. Inside, it's gonna be completely flush.
Naked.
Naked. I'm sure you guys haven't seen a Tacoma like that, so stay tuned and you guys will get a sneak peek how a Tacoma looks naked.
JesseRizo, auto vlogger, DIY. JesseRizo is here for you. It's here for you, Like I said, it's super simple. Please feel free to subscribe.